Welcome to the Cherrywood Podcast with me, Simon Burridge, and the Red Vixen, that is Rachel Burridge.
Junior and Rafael, Juanes, La-Torre, Apollo Funk Entertainment and K2 Heating Father's Day Special.
Well done.
Oh, he's good.
He's good, isn't he?
We can do it more.
It's good. Stick that one up. Put it, hover it, Rach, you know what to do. It hovers on there a little bit. Look. Then we can see who you are still. It just says Raf and Junior. Right, we got, hello, Raf, are you nervous?
I'm a bit nervous. I'm very nervous. I'm normally behind the mic, but weirdly enough, I'm never in front of a camera.
That's funny though, you're behind the mic still. So you're all right. So we got my old mate, Raf. I would say his surname, but I've never been able to pronounce it. And he's a DJ. And we got his son, Junior, who's a gas engineer, boiler engineer, whatever you want to call it, plumber. Bit of everything. And
bit of this, bit of that.
Because it's Father's Day, we got a father and son combo on. Haven't we, Rach?
Aww.
Look at them. Look at them. Right, before we start, you've got a sign behind you. I want you both.
Junior's very close.
Yeah, I'm a bit close, yeah.
Yeah, but I like the fact that he's close to the sign.
That he might
you can come forward.
There you go.
Come forward.
He might get hit by the sign.
No, obviously.
How long do you reckon before? So we're now doing it from when we come back from the sponsors. That's when the timer starts. So how long do you reckon before it falls off the wall?
I'm going to go 12 and a half minutes.
I'm going to go 15 and 3/4. 15 and 45 seconds.
Okay, brilliant. Right, we're going to go to our sponsors now, where I'll start touching you up. And then when we come back, we're going to start the interview.
Today's sponsors are Giorgio Properties, your premier choice for expert building solutions. From concept to completion, trust them to turn your dreams into a reality.
Visit their website today at degiorgiosproperties.com.
De Medici Associates, chartered, structural and civil engineers.
Based in the UK with a worldwide reach.
Visit their website on demediciassociates.com.
All right, we're back. We're back. Thanks, sponsors. So here we are. Who should we go with first? Raf, do you want to talk about your company? How we met? And
Yeah. So, as I said, my name's Raf. Got a little company called Apollo Funk Entertainments.
Did I win because I was the closest?
I don't know if that's an omen or not. Cool, blimey, that was quick.
Did you want another go?
No, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. Yeah, so little company called Apollo Funk Entertainments. Met this crew, Simon and Rachel, back in
2014, I reckon.
No, I reckon it was
12. It was 2013. No, it was 2014. Because 2014 you approached me about doing a video for the Kent Wedding Awards.
You're right.
But then we didn't...
10 years.
10 years.
Are you sure?
100%. Because what have we won? Have we won the 14-15 or the 15-16?
15-16.
So the first year we didn't win.
Probably right.
And then we won the year after and the year after that.
Yeah.
15.
So, met Simon. Hadn't met the beautiful Rachel, but met Simon at a wedding fair, the Coniston in Sittingbourne.
It was.
Yeah.
And he come over to me. I'd already set up, and he said to me, "Hello, mate. Have you got an extension?"
No, I had an extension.
Oh no, where can I plug into?
Where can I plug into?
And that was it. I was on stage.
And then your missus, who was also Rachel, took an immediate dislike to me.
And my
how dare you have our power?
Yeah, my missus, Rachel, who's called Rachel as well, said to didn't like him at all. Said, "I hope he's not going to come over and sort of go in front of our stand." And I thought, he's all right, leave him, he's fine. Anyway, it so happens as the day progressed at the wedding fair, I think you ended up touching Rachel's boobs, didn't you?
I've done that many times.
Yeah. And
but I don't think I did it then.
No,
no.
Not even to cheer her up.
Well, it's since then.
You're right,
since then, people hug and kiss. But when you greet Rachel, my Rachel, you grab her boobs, which is fine by me. We do live in the 21st century.
You grab my Rachel's boobs.
I've never grabbed your Rachel's boobs ever.
Actually,
I'd like to, but I haven't.
In Vegas, you grabbed something of mine, didn't you?
I did, yeah, I did, yeah. That's another story. Yeah. I think you told me. We were going over some rough terrain in a school American yellow bus,
I think we were
and the vibrations of the bus gave you a bit of a hard on. And we got off the bus at our end location, final destination, and you said to me, "Oh, I think I've got a semi." And I went, "Have you?" And I just don't believe you. So I grabbed your meat and two veg, and I confirmed it. You did have a semi.
And then Rach did it as well.
I think we were the only ones on that bus, though, weren't we?
We were.
Because you would have told everyone on the bus.
It was. Oh no, there was a couple of other people.
There was, I think they were at the back, weren't they? We were at the front. We were like the goody two shoes.
Yeah. It was. That was an experience. I'm just thinking, the amount of shit we've done together is unbelievable.
In 10 years?
God.
But we hit it off straight away, didn't we?
Yeah. It's I can count how many friends I've got on one hand, and you're not on them. No, you're definitely on that.
But my bollocks are.
Yeah. It was this one.
And he hasn't washed it since.
Yeah. And we just seem to hit it off at wedding fairs, and
You've got parents to our kids.
yeah, we are. Yeah. The famous Tilly and Ted, brilliant. You've even given us your Netflix, which we love. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's it. Tell everyone.
Sorry. No, it's a lovely relationship that we have, and it's nice because it's been built over the years, and I like that. Yeah,
And it's nice because then obviously we get to meet your family, and we knew Rach as well, and then we got to meet your family, and it was just so nice seeing like everything all going out. It was
Like
nice.
DJs that work for you, like your nephew. Ryan.
Yeah. Actually, you've probably seen him grow up as well.
Yeah.
Because what was he? 19 when we met him.
He was
Well,
about.
how old is he this
Yeah,
year?
he's 29. Yeah, he's 19.
He's
But he's never looked 19. He's always looked about 25, 26.
He's great.
Younger than me.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah, he used to look 12.
Yeah, I know.
So about your business then, what is your business? How did you develop it?
So I literally started working it side by side with my other full-time job that I used to have, and I just sort of found a little niche in the market where people wanted DJ stroke entertainment a little bit more on a professional level, and so I literally exploited that. I found my niche, and we've gone from strength to strength every year. Our bookings seems to go up, excluding the pandemic, obviously. That was a bit of a kick in the old testicles for everyone, really. And then we've just gone from strength to strength, and I've got some stories to tell you. I'll tell you one later on, which is one of my favourites. And
We've heard some of your stories.
I'm
going to be editing this.
They're unbelievable. I'll tell you now. I'll tell you one now. I was at the Royal Lancaster Hotel in Marble Arch in London, which is, if anybody knows it, it's like on a roundabout. Really weird place to have a hotel.
Any talking posh on this?
So,
Yeah, I know.
And
Usually he's about in pairs, isn't he?
when you go to London, you must have so much stuff to take with you as well. You must have to take a crew with you to do that.
it depends on the size of the event, but to be quite frank, London is a nightmare for anyone.
It is.
Parking, congestion. Now you've got the ULEZ, and the majority it's the parking. But I do find Londoners have a different outlook on life. They're all blinkered, and if you say morning to someone in London, they look at you like you've just sort of mugged them, and but it's a bit weird.
Well, they probably think it's Danny DeVito.
It is.
They're double up.
I said, "Excuse me." No. And so this particular wedding, I've gone for a toilet break, which I put a mix on, which is about 5-10 minutes. I've gone to the toilet. I'm doing my business, and I hear a grunting, groaning noise in one of the cubicles, and it was a lady, and I thought it's a bit strange. So me being nosy, as you know I am.
Oh yes.
I knocked on the door, and this particular the door was opened by the best man, and I've gone and I've clicked. I said, "Hang on, I've just heard a woman, but the best man's opening it," and me being nosy, looking behind. It's the bride.
It's terrible, isn't
It's
it?
the bride. So he's having it off with the bride in the cubicle, and I thought, blimey. So he's told me literally in so many words to sling a hook, which I did. So I've gone back. washed my hands, looked, nothing had happened, and gone back to my DJ booth. And
did you have a semi?
I didn't, but I didn't. But I'm sure he did.
I hope he did.
But I did know what to expect. Is the evening going to go okay? It's around 9:30. Is it gonna go tits up? Is it going to be a big fight? It didn't. It was a great night. I did the big finale as I normally do. And as I'm packing away, I can't remember what I was doing, cables or whatever. And when you see someone coming to you, I thought, oh no, here we go. And so I stood up to confront the bloke just in case. And he said to me, here, mate, this is 20 quid for keeping your mouth shut. And I said, look, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll take the 20 quid. I'll donate it to charity. However, what you do with you and your best mate is down to you.
Yeah.
I did my job. I said, look, I'm just hired hand. And with that, he just turned away and off you went. Unbelievable.
I mean, he must have some balls to actually do that on his best friend's wedding.
I thought that after that, it could have been a guest in that toilet, but it was me. And then I did click that when I was when I went back to the DJ booth and carried on the set, I saw him come out. He looked around, but nothing had happened. I can't remember if he probably did that to his tie, but I can't remember that. And then the bride came out after that, 5 minutes. And do you know what? It was a brilliant night. We did the big finale like we normally do with bride and grooms. And everybody said goodbye to each other. And the only thing that was a little bit weird, him coming over and sort of giving me the money. But apart from that, it was a great night. And you think, why are you doing that? But as I said, we get hired to do these things. And if people want to do what they want to do, listen, good luck to you.
It's not your place to then go, oh, by the way, everyone, the bride's cheating on him with the best man. You can't do that.
Am I right in saying you've been to a wedding where the groom has mentioned
drop the mic and left?
There was another one. It was I was emceeing that day, and I was doing the whole day, which means I was introducing the speakers and making sure everything, the times were correct, and speaking to the videographers and photographers. And the groom come up to me and he said, Raf, I know you're emceeing tonight, but is there any chance we can do the speeches in a bit of a weird? Normally it's the best the bride escort, so whoever gave the bride away can be dad, mum, father, uncle. Then the groom, then the best man. He said, I know it's normally in that order, but I don't mind the bride's escort. You can still do the first speech, but can I do my speech last? And I know it's breaking the norm. I said, look, it's your wedding. Do you want to do? And he walked away and he turned back and he said, oh, and by the way, Raf, can you order me a cab at 6:30? I went, yeah. Is anybody going away? No. Just order me a cab at 6:30. I want a cab out of the venue at 6:30. I went, that's fine. And I didn't think nothing of it. For maybe one of his elderly relatives were going home or something. Anyway, so we did the speeches. The bride escort did his, a lovely speech, very emotional. Lots of tears in the audience, and he sort of wiped a few tears away. Then he went to the best man. Great speech, very funny. A few stories here and there. And then everybody clapped. And then I said, we are going to do it a little bit different. Instead of the best man going last, we're going to have the groom last. So then the groom got up. He literally got up. He was very smart. Normally at that point in time of the day, people had tied it a little bit down, but he looked really smart. He had a waistcoat on, and his tie was sort of immaculate placed. And there was no gap between the tie and the button, which I hate. I like it proper.
Get on with it.
Unbelievable memory.
He said, can I ask everybody to be upstanding and toast the bride and groom? So everybody got up, and he said, so everybody sipped a glass, and he said, this is to my bride, my wife, and my best man, my best friend. I'd like to toast them for shagging behind my back the last 6 months. So he drank his champagne, he put his glass down, and he looked over to me, and I was like in shock because I didn't know what was going on. I went, He said, is the taxi there, Raf? I went, Yeah, it is. And he went over. He literally
Nothing better than including you.
he literally hugged the duty manager. Then came over, hugged me, which I thought, why is he hugging me? And then he went off. And obviously, I was supposed to DJ the rest of the evening, but it didn't happen. It was like another 20 minutes. Everybody just left the venue. But I thought, after I was packing down around 8:30, I thought, what a great way to sort of kill it stone dead and let everybody know in the audience
now all of her family, friends, everyone that's there.
Absolutely.
I mean, we've had friends that have done things, and you have to. Oh, don't worry, mate. It's okay. But to actually let everyone know, actually, she's a bit of a bitch. This is what she's done. So everyone is then looking at her. He's now gone off. He's the one walking off like. Fuck you.
What was it like afterwards once he'd gone?
It was.
They clap him?
No. You know, it was stone silence. Everybody, you know, like in the films when someone's done something, all of a sudden it focuses on a face and it comes right. It was like that basically. Yeah. But then I thought to myself, the bride must have known what was going on, and for the groom must have known maybe I would say 3 months before to keep it stump. And literally, you think, in my head, I literally clapped the groom. I thought, what a way to kill it. And you think, why? And then the bride, you think, why go through the whole charade of getting married? And it
must be a bit of a humiliation thing for him, because like you said, if it was 3 months, he's known for, let's say 3 months, and they're still doing it, and all these excuses she's coming up with, he's then going, you know what, fuck you, let's get married. And then on that day, this is what I'm going to do.
I know what Simon would have done. He would have videoed the groom turning around after he's done his speech, and then see him walk down the lane, and he would have videoed that, and he probably on the video, he would have had some sad music. You would have done, wouldn't you?
Remember the end of the Hulk? You know when he's always he's hitching at the end.
Yes.
These two won't know. They're too young.
He's hitching. Blimey, that's going back. I'll just about remember that.
But if I was you, I would have gone, right now, let's party. How about this from Chuckademus and Pliers?
But no,
I would have acted like nothing had happened as the DJ.
Did they carry on with the party?
That must be so hard, though.
It was hard because I felt like, number one, I cheated them because they'd paid me so much money. But then I thought, well, hang on, it's not my problem. It's not my fault. Yeah. I'm here, do what I do. You know, it's.
Did they look at you like you was in on it though?
When
because he asked the company.
Funny enough, when he said Raf is the taxi outside. At that point, everybody looked at me, thinking I was in it. But then they realised I'm not in it. I was shocked as well because I didn't know what was going on. It was a bit of a shock. But hey, on the plus side, I got paid well and finished at 9.
Perfect.
Yeah. But I mean, I could be here for days speaking stories. That's just unbelievable. But you know, you're running your own business, and obviously Junior's probably seen a load of things. But you just, life throws weird things at you, and then you just got to deal with them and act accordingly at that moment in time. You know.
I mean, we've had it where, you know, family members don't talk to each other, but the bride and groom want a photo of all the family, and you're thinking, how am I going to do this so you don't get the arguments? And it's very hectic to arrange stuff like that as well. And you must get that in yours. You must get some weird requests, and you're like, okay,
I do.
Whatever
I do when I'm emceeing. Can you say, Raf, can you make sure my mother doesn't sit in next to my stepmother and my father? And you think, blimey, and you're trying to work it all out. And it has happened before, weirdly enough, where I completely forgot about the mother not speaking to the stepmother, and then I turn around, and in fact, they're talking to each other, quite civil. You think, what?
Yeah, it's sometimes it's worry between the bride and groom what's going to kick off, but usually most people, out of respect, wouldn't kick off anyway, would they?
And you're going to think that, you know, weddings are so expensive that a little something could ruin it.
Yeah.
And you think that's a lot on. That would be a lot on my mind. I can do that. But hey, some good stories there. But
So how long have you actually run your own business for then?
So weirdly enough,
and you was an electrician before, weren't you?
I was, yeah.
that's where you get it
I actually
Oh no, he's
not zero.
forget that.
I started the company back in.
She's only here for a look.
Yeah. I started the company back in 2000 with a friend, which funny enough I was then going through a divorce. And I needed something to sort of put my mind to, and he said, "Look, why don't we DJ?" So we started a company up, Apollo Funk Entertainments, and after we were both single then, and after a couple of years, he met someone, Rod, you know Rod,
yeah.
and he said, "Look, Raf, I've met someone. Obviously as you know, DJing work, entertainment work can be really late hours, 1, 2, 3 in the morning, you're getting home." And he said, "I met someone, it's going really well. I'd like to pull out."
It's going well.
Yeah. Is there any condoms? No. Is there any possibilities that, you could buy me out and carry on the company? And I thought, do you know what? It is going well. I will buy him out, but I didn't have the money. I was going through a divorce and whatnot, and I said, look, what I can do is I can offset it against a couple of gigs, and we had a gentleman's agreement, which you don't get that often now. Yeah, you shook hands, and over the course of the 4, 5, 6 months, I've
still looking for you.
Yeah. I've run away a couple. No, I paid him off, and we're still very good friends. And from there on, I literally put my own stamp on the company, we've gone from strength to strength. Yeah.
Because when was that point in your life that you thought, right, okay, I can't do 2 jobs at the moment, and you had to take that step to actually go full-time Apollo Funk?
2010, 2012.
Oh, right. So you did a good 10 years.
Yeah. It was very hard. I was travelling up and down the country, going abroad quite a bit as well. And then we, me and the wife, Rachel, her name is, not this Rachel, my Rachel. We were crossing, we were literally ships in the night crossing each other, and I thought, this is not. I did find little bits of arguments coming in when there were stupid arguments, and I thought, I've got to do something here, and I decided, took the plunge to go full time, and in hindsight, I wish I'd have done that 10 years ago, but you just don't know.
We would have Rachel on the podcast, but I haven't got enough memory.
Yeah.
Kind of terrible.
Yeah.
Oh.
When you write her back, you'll get signed.
Oh my God!
You can grab her boobs.
There'll be in 4 parts. Her podcast.
Hey,
Don't stop talking.
Rachel.
Don't stop talking.
We love Rachel. She helps us out.
She
of
does.
Tax questions that we're scratching our head over, and she's lovely.
She's
Shut up.
she's actually a diamond. It's I wish I would have met Rachel when I first got married, etc. But then you think, well, I wouldn't have had this beautiful son next to me.
But I say, you wouldn't have me, hang on.
Yeah. So things
Be like Back to the Future, start disappearing.
Yeah.
I'll just the mic.
Are things Marty? Everything's done for a reason, as you know. What's meant to be meant to be, and we're flying now, which is good.
And you've won awards?
We've won lots of awards, which I will bring next time if you invite me.
I used to be 2-1 up, didn't I?
You were 2-1 up, and
What is it now?
6-2 down.
6-2 down. Yeah, but
every time the award happens, he gets up out of the chair, everyone's clapping. He goes past me and goes 4-2, 5-2.
Yeah.
No, I love it. I love it when you win it.
Yeah. It's I mean, everybody talks about the awards.
It's a Christmas do for us, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a Christmas event. It's a bit of kudos. As I said earlier on, that people want to see a professional company. They don't want to be, paying X amount of money to someone that has only got a mobile phone and can only contact them on Facebook. They want a landline. They want a website. They want something that they can show that, these guys are pretty serious. They've won it's not an Oscar.
Make some notes, Rach, for us.
It's not an Oscar, but people can go on the award website and they can see that we've participated and we've made some good friends through the awards. But it's good fun, as you say. Yeah, a lot of laughter.
So doing a gig, you must, obviously you work long hours. do you not get really tired? Is there anything that you just sort of sat there and thought,
Well,
this is exhausting?
We're
for me?
Spanish, Rach. So what do we do in Spain? We have a little siesta. And then we have a little siesta before we go out. So, yes, I did get tired in the early days. But then I thought, why don't I call upon my Spanish heritage and have siestas? So I tend to have maybe an hour, 2 hours before I go out on a gig. And then that sees me through like 1, 2, 3 in the morning. So which is fine. But the older you get, the harder it is. But
what's the latest gig that you've done? And you thought, actually, this is dragging on now.
As in live or got home?
Live.
Live. 2 o'clock. They don't go past 2 o'clock.
We get home about 4 sometimes.
4, 5 o'clock. Yeah. Depending how big the gig is, depending how what the team is. You know, we've got a couple of big ones in at Leeds Castle coming up at the end of this year, and it's going to be a 4-man team. It will finish at 1 o'clock, but because of the stuff that's going into Leeds Castle, we'll be probably getting back to the warehouse probably about 4, 5, which is fine.
So you're not like we say, you're not just a DJ. You've got dance floors. Tell everyone.
So we're a multi-op company. We do dance floors, photo booths, uplighters, dancing on clouds, projection, screens, LED walls, PA, promotional work, awards, conferencing, just to name it. So as a business, you have to evolve. And as a business, sometimes you've got to take a step forward just to pull away from your peers, and then they'll catch up, and then you've got to do the same. So you're always evolving. And from DJing, we evolved to a multi-op company, which we are now, and we regularly do 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 weddings, 10 events on a weekend.
Wow.
And the team that we've been with me is are absolutely amazing. They've all been with me over 10 years, and you know, soldiers are only good as its a general is only as good as its soldiers, and I've got a good team that work for me. Which is really
they're all
good.
a nice bunch, actually.
Yeah, you know them, and you can have a good banter with them. And I bet when you turn up at an event and you see one of our logos, you feel at ease.
Absolutely, because we know we can say to you, right, we need this, we need this. We go, absolutely.
We know we're going to have a laugh.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
And it's, So have you ever had any like weird requests from bride and grooms or couples or events, and you just thought, oh, this is strange. How am I going to get around this?
I have, weirdly enough. I won't sell the requests I've had me personally, because I'm sure.
Do you want to go and play with?
Yes,
I'm sure my wife will be listening to this, but they're not that bad. But I've had an event whereby I don't know if you were doing it, but there were 200 people there in the evening. So the first dance, as you know, normally happens 7:30, 8 o'clock. And 7 o'clock, and the venue is heaving, it's buzzing, and the bride's come up to me and she said to me, "Raf, I know we're just about to cut the cake. That's not an issue, but can we cut the cake and do the first dance by ourselves?" And I thought, well, that's normal, yeah. But no. Can you announce everybody out of the venue? All I want in the venue is the photographer, the videographer, you, and there's a couple of bar staff.
It wasn't us.
And I thought, are you sure? I said, yeah, definitely. We want it special. Okay, fair enough then. And at this particular venue, they've got glass doors, sort of looking into the venue.
You can say the venue if you want.
It's the Barnyard,
right?
The marquee at the Barnyard.
Oh no, I don't want you to say that venue.
lovely venue.
They're lovely. Yeah,
they're a top venue. Anyway, so I thought, yeah, fine. Listen, if that's what the bride and groom want, that's what we'll do. So I don't know if you've ever been down to the Barnyard. They've heavily invested over the last year or so. So they've got beautiful.
We have.
Beautiful, yeah. Well,
I got married then. You videoed it there.
We met in there last week.
Yeah. No, that was in the barn. Anyway, they've got these beautiful bifolding doors all around the marquee. Really, really nice. And so we did the first dance. So we did the cutting of the cake, and then I announced, which is really weird, I announced the bride and groom onto the dance floor, but with no crowd there. Everybody was out. So I announced, to the photographer and the videographer, because there was no one there, they're all outside. So I announced it, and they did their first dance. But then I always get off the stage, because just in case the photographer, you don't want the first dance with the DJ at the, on.
Don't want the penguin.
You don't want Danny DeVito at the background. And then I got off and I looked to my right, and I saw everybody with their faces pressed up to the window. And do you remember that film Shaun of the Dead? The actual advertised in the Metro. It was like that, and I thought, now this is surreal. And I wish I would have had a video, and I would have videoed it, but I didn't. And you know what? Second dance, I had to get everybody in, but by that time, the whole, I don't know, it was a little bit lame, and with 200 people there, and you thought, oh, well, you shouldn't have done that. But listen, we're there. We're there.
Their own.
Yeah. We do what we do, and if they want to do that, then we'll do that. No issues whatsoever. So,
have you ever had any massive malfunctions? Because a bit like us, you have to think quick on your feet. If something goes wrong, you have to think, why is it going wrong? I can't leave them with nothing.
No, never. The only thing that's ever happened to me, we go out with powered speakers, which means they don't need external amp. So normally back in the day, one amp would power 2 speakers, 4 speakers, or whatever. If the amp went, you should plug in another amp, and away you go. So we now have powered speakers. And the only thing that's ever happened, and it was in London, and it was in a top of a pub thing, a very trendy pub in Chelsea. One of the speakers went, but we linked over the line with about 45 an hour to go with the other speaker, which was still being powered. So that's the only thing.
So you just took a cable out of that and said it?
No, because it was still linked into the mixer. So you get 2 XLRs, which go into the mixer, left channel, right channel, and I think, I can't remember if it was the left or the right went. But the other channel was fine, and we linked over it. But by that time, everyone was completely pissed. So we put a little bit of Latino Latin house on, and we rocked it, and it was great. Great night. But nobody knew it. Sometimes, as a DJ or photographer, videographer, you overthink. Yeah. But you know what? 9 out of 10 people do not notice. Yeah. And you just we just linked over.
That's right.
Yeah, that's and just got over it, and it was a brilliant night. Yeah. So no big malfunctions to say or to report, but no, and that's, I'm be proud of that. In over 20 years, that we've never had a malfunction.
I mean, you get the little things like microphones failing, and like the.
We get more of them on this podcast.
I've had a speaker do a drop mic. Like Barack Obama.
Don't it wind you up?
I went mental. He just dropped a £300 Shaw mic. I thought, what are you doing? But he dropped it. It was under the table, but and when people start, 1, 2, I thought, why are you tapping it? Yeah. I just turned it down and
it doesn't. The thing is, tapping it doesn't break the mic as much as it doesn't damage it. But it's just not needed.
It's annoying because it's coming through the speaker, so you got to turn it off.
And it's when they hold them like rappers. They put their hands right around the end and start talking like that, don't they?
Or
just to do a speech.
Or they speak like this and they've got it down here and you're like...
What did I...
Weirdly enough, talking to rappers, I've had it was at an awards, and the guy come up, and he had the mic, and he took it off and he started to beatbox.
Oh, right, yeah.
He went, mate, I'm going to beatbox. I thought, oh, don't, it's going to sound shit. And do you know what? It was all right.
Don't.
It was all right. And I don't know how they do it. They're singing, but a voice, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I find that more of a sort of
art.
Yeah.
Art.
Than actually rapping.
Yeah,
it's unbelievable. I thought, no, please don't do that. And he actually did it. It was good. But yeah, we've had some fun.
You must have some.
We'll get on to you in a minute, Junior.
Yeah, I'm going to just take a little nap in a minute.
You must have some weird requests.
I thought it was with Rachel.
Have a siesta.
Other Rachel.
I'm trying my best to get over to you, but she keeps asking questions.
Sorry, I'm interested. It's an interesting topic.
Oh, you're bored with him then?
Yeah.
I don't know what he does yet.
Electrician, apparently.
Yeah.
But you must get some sort of like contrasting. So one night you could do sort of all lovey-dovey songs, and then the next could be like metal, heavy rock, that sort of thing. You must get some real contrast sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. I could have a wedding one day. I could have a divorce party the next day. I could have a hen party the following day. There's no sort of continuity of events. It's up and down. That's what I love about my job. Every day, every hour, every minute, every second is different. You don't go in an office, sit down, put your computer on, start it. No, every day is different. And that's what I love about
divorce
it.
Party.
I've done a divorce party. Predominantly women that have the divorce parties.
Yeah.
It's
never both of them there, is it?
No, it's weird.
I wonder why.
No, divorce parties. And they're normally quite, in terms of numbers, normally quite low key, 20, 25. And there's always a butler in the buff, sort of thing in there. Yeah, they're a lot of fun.
Divorce party.
They're a lot of fun.
Yeah, you should write that down.
I did. Before I go over to my beloved son, I've got to tell you one final story.
I love that story.
There was this. I was doing an event, and this lady come up to me, and she said to me, "Can I hire you? I think you did a great set, brilliant music. You read the crowd. Can I hire you for a couple of months' time?" I said, "Yeah, absolutely fine." And so, as you do, I gave her a calling card. And as 9 out of 10, you give them a card, you never hear of them. But I did hear from this lady, and she said to me, "Oh, I met you a couple of nights back." I said, "I'd like to hire you." I said, "Do you travel to Essex?" I said, "Yeah, I'll go to Essex." I said, "Right." And I thought, this is starting to sound a little bit. She's dragging her heels and giving me information. And I thought, "What are you like with seeing people kiss?" I said, "Oh, well, I see it, constantly on the dance floor, if I go out." And I thought, well, that's fine. And said, yeah, but what about if you see people kissing different people? And I said, well, that wouldn't bother me, because nothing phases me. It's like, nothing phases me.
Oh, yes.
You could have walked in with your 9-inch dong, and I wouldn't have been phased. Anyway, so she, not a problem, and said, "Well, I'd like to hire you." I said, "That's fine." And she gave me the location in Essex. I said, "Look, you'll come into our drive. It's an in and out drive. You come up, it's a little roundabout. You go in, unload your kit. But then, if I can ask you then to park around the back." I said, "Tradesman entrance." Yeah. Anyway, so I did. I got to the event.
I bet you saw a few tradesman entrances that night.
And it was.
No, I'm waiting for the story.
But when she was telling me what the event was, and I then got the gist of it, I said, "Is it a swingers party?" And she went, "Yeah, it is." I said, "Not an issue." I said, "What do you want from me?" And I said,
Wrong question.
You don't want to. No. So I said, "Well, all I want from you is to come in at 7 till 11 to play background music. We don't want no lights, but we do want some of your nice uplighters with a bit ambience." I said, "That's fine. I'll bring some." Anyway, I treated it like a sort of loungy set. You do a bit of music, and it was very, very low volume. But then I thought, well, why didn't she use a sort of Sonos thing in the corner? But she wanted someone, and I realised. I said, "Look, I'll turn up." I did my thing, and then weirdly enough, about 7 o'clock, people started to come in, and you know what? It wasn't CD. It was not CD, and she came.
Well, they all had vasectomies, had they?
No, and I'm talking to people, and I must have talked to about 5, 6, maybe 7 couples, and they weren't couples. They were like people they knew, but it was a swingers couple night. But they weren't couples. So
that's sometimes that happens. That they take a mate with them, don't they?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, like if they're not married or not
So next time we can go. So about 8:30, whatever, 9 o'clock, halfway through the gig, I went to the toilet. It always happens when I go to the toilet. I went down this corridor, and there was a blanket, like a blackout, and then
you looked for it.
I did. I looked in it, but then there was another blackout.
So look for that one.
No, I didn't. I thought, but I heard moans and groans.
Really? What, a swingers party? Isn't that weird?
Moans and groans, and I thought, what the hell? But it wasn't like one. It was like when you can hear more than maybe 2, 3 people.
Yeah, like a swingers party.
A
Yeah,
bit weird. So I went down, did my business, came back out, went behind the decks, and it was about an hour ago. I come up to her. I said, I've got to ask. I said, look, you've been really hospitable today. You fed us.
Can I have a hand job?
I said, can I have free membership? No. And I said, how much you charge? No, I didn't say that. I said, I've got to ask. I went past this corridor, and what's the room to the left?
You're so nosy.
With the blank. She went, oh, that room. I went, yeah. She said, that's our blackout room. I went, what? You showing like pictures, like porno videos?
So innocent.
Porno videos. And she went, no. She went, better than that. She went, you go in there. I said, yeah, but you got like a little airlock. You go through the first curtain, and then you got to go through the next curtain.
That's
so
the smell.
The reason for that is it's a blackout. So when you've gone into the airlock, the curtain behind you will then black out, and then you open it and you're still blacked out. And he said, literally, you go in there, grab the nearest person, and have your way with them.
Christ.
I thought, blimey.
What if you go in there and it's the wrong thing?
Yeah, blimey. And
You're like, why?
The lights come on and
The mate you've gone with, you're in the same room together.
By 11 o'clock, everybody then literally went. She had a few pods outside in the garden where people were going, and I said to the lady, I said, and her husband, really nice people, and they're really well to do. They were really well to do, and I had to ask. I said, be nosy. I said, what do you guys do? They're both barristers.
Yeah.
They're both barristers, and I said, but I didn't see them do anything untoward. They were being hosts. Towels here and a drink here and a nibble here. And I said, a nibble, not that kind of nibble. And I said, what are you doing this? He went, we do like 3-4 times a year, and it just keeps the money coming in, the upkeep for the estate.
Oh, right. So there's one involved in it herself.
No. And I should have asked how much they charge, like per, but I didn't get to that. And you know what? I was doing that every year, and then obviously COVID came, and I haven't heard from them since. But yeah.
Well, I'm happy to help you next time.
Yeah, you can come along, mate. You can come along.
No, I'm all right, thanks.
Yeah.
I've got a story that I always take the piss out of you.
Whoa, what story? If it's
It's the Chippendale one. There wasn't actual Chippendale. You were at an event where there was male strippers, right? And you are so nosy. You told me this story.
Yes.
You told me this story. Have you heard this?
Yeah.
I've not heard it, but I'm ready for it.
Yes.
Right, he's in the green
Unbelievable.
room. So Raf's in the green room, which is a large hall, apparently. This is how I've got it in my head, how he told me it. And he sees a bloke in the far corner, one of the strippers.
No, so the green room is like a little room before we went onto. So it's like we were all getting changed.
In my head, it felt like a lot.
Yeah.
So there's a bloke in the corner
Unbelievable.
playing with himself, because you know what these strippers do? They get themselves the semi, and then they stick elastic band on it and keep
Unbelievable.
it. He sees a guy over there. So he sees a guy over there, and he notices he's got a magazine. And Raf goes over and chats to him.
What you reading, mate?
Right. Raf goes and chats to him. And he goes, oh, I see you're into... That magazine's got all guys in it. He said, yeah. He says, that's what gets me off. And Raf went to me, strange that, isn't it? I went, yeah, it's strange. Strange how you've seen a bloke masturbating in the corner and felt you could approach him to have a chat.
That's my dad. Yeah.
That's my dad.
Yeah.
There's a bloke playing with himself over there.
Yeah.
I'll go and have a chat with him.
Yeah. Doesn't surprise me.
It was.
And that is what Raf is. He's just...
Yeah. You know, I love what you could say, sampling life. And
you ask questions.
I
That's what you do.
Questions, yeah. All they can say is no or oh. And 9 out of 10, I'm quite lucky. I'm a bit of a cheeky chappy. I get away with murder, and it's. I'm just intrigued, you know. If you don't ask, what are you doing, mate? What are you doing? And I looked down, and
that one, yeah.
Do you know what? He was oiled up. He was properly ribbed. And I thought, what's he doing? You could see the old motions with his right hand. I can't remember his right, left hand. I've gone over there and I thought,
not really matters.
And I've looked down and I thought, blimey. I said, you're right there. He went, yeah, this is what gets me off. But you know what? The guy was such a nice guy.
He's gentle.
Yeah, he was a really nice guy. Yeah, really nice big boy he was.
I mean, we've found out during lockdown, you were like games master to everyone, weren't you?
Oh,
Brilliant.
that's right.
And we found
Oh,
out
no,
a
not that
few
story.
little
Can't tell him the mile whole story, can we?
We did find out a few little details about everyone, I think it was.
It's funny.
Because we played like a Would I Lie to You game, didn't we? And we were like, no, that's a load of crap. And he's like, no, that's true.
Yeah,
So we
they
did
were
find
good.
out a
They were
few.
funny.
You were there as well,
You were there
Junior,
as
weren't
well,
you?
Junior.
Was it Zoom one?
Yeah, where we did
Yeah, I
lots
do
of,
remember.
we did like countdown.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
done
that was
brilliant.
good.
You did marbles,
Yeah.
the little things, sticky things coming
Yeah,
down
with
the.
sticky things racing. We all began.
Oh, the marbles.
Yeah.
We did- Wow,
the
that was good,
marble.
that.
I think there was one night that we had a marble race. And we all put like £5 in each, didn't we?
Yeah.
And I think our neighbour won. And you said, if you can be here within 20 seconds and leave it on the doorstep, if you can get it in 20
Yeah.
seconds, you can have it.
And everyone was going, go on, go
I've
on.
never seen her run so
Yeah.
quick. past
She
us.
ran all masked up. She had masks on, didn't she? Ran in, took the money in, left, waved at everyone and went off. It kept us all going, didn't it, through lockdown, I
Yeah, it was
suppose?
good fun.
You did well, mate. You did
well.
very well. Yeah. Lockdown was tough for our industry, basically,
Yeah,
entertainment industry. Obviously, Junior's more of a.
Still going.
Yeah.
Junior was more of he had to do things. Obviously, he couldn't be locked down, but it was tough.
I was
tough.
lucky in one respect because, I'm an engineer for a toilet roll company and everyone decided that they'd get through the pandemic by buying
Toilet
book
roll.
rolls.
Yeah.
Oh, mate. He actually Junior rang me up. He said, "Dad, I've been all around Kent. I can't get any toilet paper." And he knows.
Oh, God, he's-
Weirdly enough, I'm expecting a delivery today.
You get big stashes.
Yeah, I'll get a
didn't
big
you?
stash, and that's the first time I did it was by mistake. I pressed a number, and I instead of like buying 72 rolls, I bought 1,000 rolls. And the bloke,
That's the 72 near
the bloke,
1,000 number.
the bloke that delivered, he delivered a pallet full of toilet roll. He looked at me and he went, "Mate, you shitting this house." And since then I've been buying bulk and I've just put it up, and it works really out cheap, 15p to 20p a roll. And he rang me up during the pandemic. He said, "Dad, I've been around whole Kent." I said, "Come and get some toilet
How
paper."
much you charging for?
And
I charge me.
no. He came and he went. I just gave him one of the big rolls from the loft. So yeah. So that's
One on a toilet roll. He had it all in his loft.
yeah. But lockdown was hard for everybody. I've got to be honest with you. It was hard. Yeah. I've never known anything like it, but we haven't. But
4 years ago. From yesterday, wasn't it?
Yeah, the weekend.
Yeah.
But you did very well. You two. Yeah, you really kept us going every Friday at 7 o'clock or whatever it was, 7:30.
Yeah.
It was brilliant. Yeah,
Oh.
it was good. Yeah, and it was good because nobody knew what Zoom was.
No.
Nobody,
That's right.
I didn't know. And all of a sudden, you could see people 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 12 people on the screen, and it was.
And it was like you're still having a little dinner party or games night with
Absolutely,
everyone.
absolutely.
And yes, you weren't there with each other, but you could still have the banter.
Yeah,
You still had the. Yes, you had to put your little hand emoji up to actually
Yeah.
speak.
Yeah. And the good thing about it, if you wanted a cup of tea or something to eat, you could, my Rachel could be there. You get off screen,
Yeah.
make a cup of
That's
tea, come back, and it was such a. Yeah, it was. Yeah. You pulled us through, mate. It was good.
We had a Kent Wedding Awards
Yes.
online. Did you win that night?
I did, Mr. Sean Williamson.
Yeah, we had
Barry from EastEnders.
And that was a pre-recorded awards that they basically sent out on the night. didn't
Correct.
they?
Yeah, we didn't know anything
And we
about
was
it.
around my house.
That's
Rachel was
right.
pissed up, wasn't she?
It was the first one didn't happen, did it? That was the first one that it didn't happen.
Correct.
Then the second one they'd filmed it and recorded because it lasted 2 years, didn't it? We
Yeah.
didn't have wedding
So
awards.
did
for
we
2
have a
years.
wedding awards for one year?
Yeah, for
No.
1 year. Yeah, that's right. And
Because
then
one of them just carried on. They said it's just extended, didn't they?
That's right.
Oh, okay.
And then Barry announced it, and I think we came around your house all doubled up, didn't we? Because we
Yeah.
wanted that award sort of ceremony
That's
feel.
right. Yeah, we had tuxes on and everything. didn't
Yeah, yeah. And weirdly enough, Sean Williamson or Barry from EastEnders, Barry. I've done a couple of things with him, as in externally at events, and he's a genuinely nice guy.
we? He's a nice guy. We might be getting him in.
Yeah,
actually.
very, very nice
Yeah.
guy.
he's
But
a nice guy.
I've done a couple of things. I've seen him. He's actually presented one of the Kent Wedding Awards once, hasn't he?
He did
Twice, yeah, he's done it
Twice.
twice now, yeah.
Yeah,
And very,
once
very-
in person, once
Yeah.
online.
And I remember the
That was
first.
the first one we did, 2014.
Yeah, blimey.
I think, 2014.
I remember his first. His opening gambit was, "Hi, I'm Barry from EastEnders," and nobody knows his surname.
No one knows his
He just
surname.
knows as Barry. But yeah,
He embraces it, though, doesn't he? It would drive some people nuts, wouldn't it, just being given that one?
And he's worked with Ricky Gervais and Stephen Merchant are brilliant.
Extras.
Yeah,
It's
brilliant,
brilliant, isn't it?
absolutely brilliant. Yeah. So he's a good guy.
I love that night though, because we were all pissed, weren't we?
Yeah.
We were like, oh, we could have fast forward to just our bit, but we sat there and watched the whole thing.
I
didn't
don't
we?
think you could. Wasn't it live streamed? I can't remember.
It was live streamed.
Oh, you might have been able to fast forward.
I actually
don't
think
know now,
we
yeah.
could fast forward, but we were like, no, let's watch it all. So we sat there like idiots,
Can't remember.
watching and waiting and clapping.
It's funny. Right, thank you, Raf. We talk to you still as we go on. But
I was going to run out of time.
There we go.
I'm falling asleep.
So-
Coffee's wore off now.
So we're with Junior now.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Yeah, very good. Obviously,
You can wake up now.
Son of Raf.
Son of Raf, yeah. Tell by the nose.
Yeah.
That sounds quite biblical.
Yeah, it does.
Son of Raf.
Yeah. Completely different industry, obviously, as you know.
What's your company name?
K2 Heating.
K2 Heating. Right, thanks. That's the end of the
Right,
podcast.
that's it. See you later.
So,
Completely different industry. It's me and I've got a business partner, Lyndon. This isn't his sort of thing. He'd be, like I've said to you
I
before.
hear he's dry as anything. We should have had him on.
Yeah, very dry. We should have him on.
Yeah.
Completely different industry. We do commercial gas and domestic gas. Heating, anything wet and warm we do.
Wet and warm.
Wet and warm. Cup of tea.
Yeah. So, I haven't got probably as many funny stories as my dad because I've only been going sort of 5. Well, I had a company
Well, you're
before.
only about 12 anyway.
I'm only about 12. I only had a company about a year and I had a previous company to that, as you know. Didn't go so well. So we had to get rid of that and then started a new one with my new business partner. And it's going really, really well. Really good.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
So does the name stand for anything, K2, or is it just...
Well, we wanted a name that wasn't like Lyndon Junior Plumbing, like a really, boring name. And then he asked his auntie and said, have you got any names? She said, yeah, K2 Heating's quite good. And he was like, that's a bit weird.
Where's it come from, the K2?
Well, the mountain.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, it's one of the hardest to climb, one of the tallest. So,
Right, Oh, actually, your logo is a mountain.
it is a
isn't
mountain, yeah. Yeah, so we came up with that and we thought it's pretty neutral. We'll go with that. And that's how it's been. So I'm quite easy. I would have gone with Lyndon
Taking your
Junior
heating
Plumbing.
to new heights.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Well, that's a good one, actually.
Like
You're
it.
welcome.
Yeah. We've got to pay for that.
Look, we've already said to people,
Trademark Cherrywood Production.
whatever happens on the podcast is technically our
Ours.
idea.
Yeah,
so we own it.
I'll put your little name under it as well.
Actually, you didn't sign anything.
No,
You get away
that's
with
true,
it.
yeah.
Dad stepped in, he sorted it out for you.
Yeah. Don't sign anything.
That's a little bit of Rachel wearing off.
Yeah.
So what would your ideal sort of client be? Homeowner or businesses?
Obviously, everyone would like the client with the most money is going to pay the most.
Yeah,
but
it sound
we
like
do
Dad's.
from everything. We do from budget bathrooms to, someone that just wants a bit of a makeover and hasn't got the budget to completely rip everything down and all the ceilings. And, to our elderly customers, I did one yesterday and the lady, we've done some work for her for a long time and her daughter had some problems with her daughter, so her granddaughter, had cancer. Then her husband had cancer, and then she just had a stroke. And I was there maybe an hour, and I thought, it's my good deed for the day. I'm not going to charge her. And we do customers like that to big commercial contracts.
So what did she have wrong? Did she have a leak or something? Or did
Just
you
a
do
boiler service. I got their routine annual boiler service. She's in my diary every year. And as I've been doing jobs, you get to know your customers, and she's been my customer for a while, and she has nothing but hard luck. And I thought, you know what? I'm only here. It's only an hour of my time. So I thought, she can have that one for free. And she didn't. She wanted to pay. I was like, no, not paying. And she was nearly in tears, but I thought she was going to kill over. I thought, oh, bloody hell, I might charge her now just to make her feel a bit better. But yeah, no, just
Get in the wheel, get in the wheel.
And I've got a couple of elderly customers like that where you get other trades go in and say, oh, you need a new boiler, when in reality she needs a bit of a service.
Yeah.
And we do like to keep the elderly quite close with us and, make sure they're all right. And then big commercial contracts, we do some big schools, disabled schools, look after their, some have 24 boilers and we look after all them.
So
Anything
would you normally
really.
have to go into those when obviously the kids aren't at school? So are your summer holidays quite packed out?
Well, that
in
one
that
school
Do
is
them with the school times? can't
yeah. Well, that one school is for children with learning difficulties, so they go home on respite. But the problem is the children are that hard to handle. Sometimes they come back, so we have to work around them. And there's some schools where the kids, are violent, and you can't do anything, and you have to have a chaperone with you. So some of them are really challenging. But you just got to get on with it sometimes. And once you know the school, you get to know the kids a little bit as well, and you know which one is going to lash out and try to swing for you, and you know which ones are just going to walk past you. So there's this one kid, and our chaperone, he said to us, if he comes near you and he asks to shake your hand, don't shake his hand because he'll punch you in the face. So I'm walking around with Lyndon and I'm sort of saying, I don't know about this. It's our first day. I said, I'm not sure about this. I said, should we just say to him, let's just go? He said, no, we'll be all right. His mum had worked previously in the similar sort of homes, and he'd been there when he was a kid in summer holidays and stuff, sort of come along. And he was all right about it. And then this kid put his hand out to shake his hand. I was like, I didn't know what to do. I was like, I'm all right, mate. I said, I'm all right. Then he put his hand out to Lyndon, and Lyndon just sort of ignored him and walked off. But I thought, anyone else, might have just shook their hand and got a punch in the face. But
how old was this kid?
Maybe it's all under 18, so maybe he's about 16.
Right. Okay.
But some of the kids are some really big units. Yeah, some real,
You come in, you're like,
kind of scary. We have one where we're in a complex, and the boiler's a double door. You have a door there, and yours is in the middle. And we're doing the services. Chaperone comes, go, right, I'm going to lock both doors. I'm going to leave. I'll be back in 20 minutes. You can keep the boiler doors open, but both the doors will be locked. Nobody can get in or out. I said, fine, perfect. We start working, doing the boilers, and I had this door go like that, and I'm looking like that, looking at Lyndon. I don't know what that is. So I pop my head out the cupboard, and she's only a young girl, maybe 12, 13. She's trying to get in the door. That's locked. And I've said to him, it should be all right. She can't get in. And she wasn't happy about it. And then she's ripped this, and I'm talking a metal single commercial. It's almost like the entrance to a restaurant door or something. She's ripped it clean off its hinges, completely off. I've never seen anything like it. I've jumped in on Lyndon in the cupboard. The tools have gone over. We're trying to lock the door, managed to lock the door, and this poor girl's going absolutely mental trying to get in the cupboard we're in. And I'm screaming, I'm trying to ring this bloke, got no signal. I'm sort of screaming, I'm getting hot and bothered because we're in a boiler room. You know how hot they get sometimes. Yeah. I'm sweating. Anyway, someone comes and escorts the girl out, knocks the door, says, it's safe to come out. So Lyndon's walked out and he slipped. She's been sick outside. Slipped in the sick. He's all covered in sick. And by the end of the day, we might have done 8 boilers, which would usually take us half a day. And by the end of the day, mentally, it's just, I was drained. And I don't know how some of these people, the carers, hats off to them. Unbelievable. I couldn't do it. Yeah. So, that's one of our contracts. We do bathrooms. We're doing a couple of bathrooms down in Mason at the minute for some friends of ours.
So when you say bathrooms, you're actually installing the bath and sinks and everything?
Yeah, they come to us, they go, we want this. It might be that they just want a new sink, a new bath, a new toilet. Mm-hmm. And some of them, like the clients we've got in Mason at the minute, want a complete wet room, bespoke boxings, bamboo tiles, the full works.
Bamboo tiles?
Sorry, they're not, no. Just a bamboo effect, yeah. Originally they said, can we have wood in the bath, in the shower? And I said, well, not really. I said, it's all going to rot.
It's got to be treated.
Exactly. The only one we could find was a Japanese one, and it was £1,000 a square metre to be. And they burn it. They burn it with obviously a flame, and then that makes it waterproof somehow. Yeah. So we have some funny jobs. Yeah.
And you do underfloor heating as well, don't you?
Underfloor heating. I was doing funny enough, I was doing an underfloor heating system for the person who I did my apprenticeship with. He rang me up, and I hadn't seen him maybe 8-9 years, and he said, "I'm doing some underfloor heating. Can you come help me?" I was like, it's funny how the tables turned. So I done the underfloor heating for him, and it's almost, I was like the apprentice again. I was on the floor putting all the pipe out, and he was just going with the stable gun like that. And and I'm at absolute bits today. All my legs are killing me. So but it's good fun. I love it. I do enjoy my job.
So did you finish school and go straight into plumbing?
No. Yes, I dด. But it's a funny story. I'd finished school, and I didn't do that great at school. And I was walking home, and I'd already rung my mum, and I said to her, these are the grades I got, and she went absolute mental because they were really bad. My best one was Spanish, and that was it. Because I didn't have to do anything. I didn't have to do anything. So it was easy. That's the only reason I took the subject, easy subject, went and done it, smashed it. Rung home, I said, these are my results. I thought, I'm just going to tell her now before I get home, and she goes absolutely crazy. So she said, well, you want to act like an adult, or behave like an adult, go and act like an adult. You got to go get yourself a job. And at that time, you could leave school at 16 and go and do whatever. So I've walked past this house and I thought, there's a plumbing van on there, I'll do that. Knocked on the door, anything going. Yeah, funny enough, the fella who's working with us is leaving. You can come work with us.
Have you jammy git?
Yeah, so I thought, Kushti, like that's a nice,
So
nice
you've
little
got
thing.
your results.
And is that the
You've had
geezer
a
that
go.
you just did the floor for?
Yeah.
So you've gone home. You've told your mum, actually, I've got these crappy results. She
Yeah.
said, go and get a job. So you've walked home and then said to her, by the way, mum, I've got a job.
Yeah,
He didn't even
yeah.
go home.
Yeah,
His
but
phone wasn't told, did
I
it?
sort of half knew the
No,
bloke
yeah,
anyway,
that's
but
what
I
I'm
knocked anyway. And
Oh, you sort of knew him.
sort of knew him through friends, but knocked on the door, said, yeah, got something. I thought, lovely. The boy who's going for was leaving. But at the time, 2010, I left school, secondary school, is sort of,
He's a baby.
we were still in the recession,
He's
like
my
sort of
baby.
coming out of the recession. So there was no apprenticeships, all the apprenticeships were far and few between. So in the end, the company I was working for said, well, we can't sort of pay you as an apprentice. You can sort of come on the days we need you and we'll pay you on the days we need you.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, I haven't really got much to pay out for. I'm gonna see if they want me on the days for free, and I will work for free. So I did about 6 months for free. I worked for free. I just thought I need to learn it now. I've got nothing to pay for. It's perfect. And the company that we was working with was quite diverse. We did a bit of commercial, a bit of tiling, a bit of everything, and it was perfect. And I stayed with them for maybe a couple of years, and I was sort of at the point where, when you were the apprentice at a firm, you always get seen as the apprentice, even though you might have been 18, 19. You're the first to make the teas.
Yeah.
Even though I'm 19,
Yeah.
18, 19 at the time. So I'd left, and also I'd had a child at the time, quite young. And I thought I need more money, so I'd left and worked for someone local in Sittingbourne. It was a bit more money, not much. And after a while, I got bored with him, and I went on to a firm with my cousin. He was a contracts manager, and it was a complete commercial firm. And we was working in St George's Hill in Surrey. Really, really nice place. And I'll tell you a funny story. We was working. Sorry, I'm boring.
I'm going to
I think it's these.
Excuse me.
We was working in this big commercial job, and it was someone's house. It was a £55 million, great big mansion. And I was sort of still picking up the ropes. So I'm in the plant room, and I'd gone in on a Monday, and I spoke to my contracts manager, my cousin, and he said, turn the mains water on. And it was a big butterfly valve, which is like a valve you've got to sort of, push in and turn it.
And never seal properly.
Never seal properly. But it was a new install, and it was a big boosted main, and this was probably pumping 20 bar constant water, which is a lot of water, from a 110 mil pipe.
PSI for those that don't know.
Massive pressure. He said, go in there, turn the water on, everything's been tested, absolutely fine. So I'm in this basement, and I've gone up these ladders, turned the butterfly valve on, and you hear the pump start turning on, and it sounds like a turbo, like a jet engine. I've gone, done my thing, walked out, and I can hear a voice in the background. Really, this house is massive. Turn it off, turn it off. I think, fuck knows what that is. I thought someone's having a laugh at me. So I poodled up the stairs, and then it gets stronger and stronger. Turn the fucking water off. So shit, so I run downstairs, climbed up the ladder, sort of yanked this lever valve down. I've gone upstairs, and they've got outside quarters in sort of staff quarters.
Yeah.
Someone had gone in on a Saturday, unbeknown to anyone else, and started doing some work. Left all the pipes open because there was no water in it at the time. And it had completely flooded these quarters, and they were on top of some garages. This house was nearly finished, and it had flooded it completely.
Oh my God.
So I've started just screaming at me, and I'm saying, hang on, I've just rung, my cousin, the manager, and said to him, can I turn it on? Is it safe? Yes, it's been tested. It might, I don't know how many £1,000s worth of damage, but I've sort of got there. After it all, I thought,
that's what insurance is
yeah, one, that's insurance going, and I'm Spanish. I thought, I don't care, I'm going home, so I just got in the van and fucked off. Oh, well, that's not my problem. So, yeah, and after a few years, I said, I need to eat first, and then I'll come back, and then we'll do it.
I need to eat.
Yeah, I need to eat.
I need to eat.
I need
a siesta.
Yeah, a little siesta. I had a little 30 minutes in the van and come back, and everyone had calmed down. And I just sort of said, that's what insurance is for. And it wasn't my fault. He told me it was all right.
Exactly, yeah. Shit happens.
Exactly. Then I left that firm, and I wanted more money, being greedy. And I went on to a firm with a friend who was doing price work. For those who don't know what price work is, it's like, we have a big block of flats. There's 400 toilets, so £50 a toilet.
Oh, right.
Help yourself. Mm-hmm. And if you earn £600 a day, you earn 600. If you want to work and fit 2 toilets, it's 2 toilets. So I'd done that, and at the time we'd moved in with my now wife's mum's house, my mother-in-law's house. So we live in there, and I get a phone call. I'm at the pub on a Friday, as you do. I'm having a gin and slimline tonic, and I get a phone call from her mum saying, you got to come back to the house. I was like, oh God, what's happened? So I've nicked the gin and tonic, and I've gone home. I said, what's the matter? What's the matter? She's like, Chloe's pregnant. I was like, oh, wow. Like, we'd been together maybe a couple of years, 2-3 years, and we were sort of living in the dining room. And I sort of half panicked and thought...
He wasn't just living in the dining room by the sounds of it.
No, well, no, he was doing a lot more. But I got a better story about that.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we was living in the dining room. I thought, I can't live at the mother-in-law's house and sort of have a baby. It just wasn't enough room. And bless her mum, she'd have 20 people in the house if she could. She'd help everyone. And so I went into the estate agent with Chloe and I said, I need to buy a house. Haven't got long, because obviously she was pregnant. What you got? This is how much I've got on my pay slips. And they said, well, funny enough, we've got a new bill coming up. It's this much. I said, yeah, I'll put reserve down. So I put the £500 reserve down, and I didn't have the deposit. So I thought, well, I'll just give £500 really for nothing because I haven't got the money. So I thought, well, I need to ring my boss and get on some really good work. And I rang and I explained to him, and he was a good bloke. He said, we'll put you on a good site, really good price work. And it was up in Earl's Court in London. And it was just after the Grenfell disaster happened. Yeah. And the big building, they needed to get it really, really going to get some people moved in. So they bumped the prices up. So I was there working maybe, I said to him, I need 3 months. Give me 3 months pay slips and I'll be fine. You can put me wherever you want after that. And he put me on 3 months there, really good money. And I was maybe taking home 8,000 a month on price work, which is really good money. Went in, bought the house. And yeah, then at the time, it's a long story, but I wasn't in contact with my dad. I got back in contact with my dad.
We'll come to that.
Yeah. And that's how we met you guys, really, through that. And you then come to film my wedding and everything. And it was, really good.
So we have been to the barnyard.
So you have been to the market.
So a lot of people watching this were now going to say, oh, hang on, why was Junior looking for a job after he left school and he didn't come over with his dad because his dad was running a business? It's a long story and we haven't got all day. But me and Junior, we've been in contact for 6 years now, and after a 15-year break,
18-year break.
18 year break. Yeah. I'm getting old. Come on, I'm getting old. And it's a long story.
He was asleep for 3 days.
Yeah. It was a long story. And I don't want to bore people. Yeah, because people would be thinking, well, why didn't his dad help him? And cut long story short, and we've been back together for 5-6 years, and we can't keep out with each other.
No, yeah. See each other every week.
Unbelievable. Well, about 2-3 times a week we see each other, and we go on holidays together. Yeah, it's
well, we were there at that time, and it was so nice to have Raf come over and say, I'm speaking to Junior. And just being the proud dad. It melted our hearts, didn't it? It was so nice to have that. It was
the story how I got back into contact with Junior, because I'm a great believer. I don't like to be pushy on people. I want people to make their own mind up about other people and that. And I wanted that from Junior. He things happened in the past. And I wanted him sort of to make his own mind. And it so happened that he's now married to a very, very level-headed woman. Like all
we call her.
Like all successful blokes, you know. And and she sent me a message, iMessage or whatever it was, I can't remember what it was, without Junior knowing. And she sent me this message, and
so it's her fault.
It's her fault. And my Rachel, being Rachel, I said, "Oh, someone wants to be a friend of mine, Chloe Hilton." And you always get these people wanting to be your friend. They, their profile picture, they've got big boobs and looking like that. And my Rachel says, "Delete that." So I got this message come through, and I said aloud, I thought, oh no.
Good job you did what you normally do and don't delete
it.
I put them in a special folder. No, I said aloud, and I'm glad I did in a way. I said, oh God, there's another woman wants to be my friend, and I was just about to delete. And
oh
said,
God,
and Rachel said, oh, what's her name this time? I said, Chloe Hilton. And I just literally was about to push the delete, and she went, no! no, and grabbed the phone off me. And I went, what are you doing? She went, that's Junior's girlfriend. I went, oh, is it? And she went and she read it and she went, yeah, accept it. So I accepted it on, obviously, her authorization. And then it literally said, yeah, hi, my name's Chloe, blah, blah, blah. I'm Junior's partner. Junior would love to get back in contact with you, or thereabouts. And literally, I think it was the following day.
Yeah, I think I had a bottle of wine and I thought I'm going to ring him.
Yeah,
I had to have some courage. I thought, because it had been 18 years. I didn't know what his voice sounded like by then.
Yeah.
But going before that first message from Chloe, I'd gone on a stag do with my cousin, and there was a few boy cousins there, and one of my older cousins, or the oldest cousin, mate, he was probably about 40-ish.
Yeah.
He'd already known my dad from before. So, and there was another bloke on the stag do, and my cousin said to me, that bloke there looks like your dad. I was like, I wouldn't know. I haven't seen him in 18 years. And I sort of looked at it, and then when I got home, it just kept going around in my head. And I thought, I'll look at him on Facebook, had a little look. Then,
you should have put like...
Were you my stalker?
I was, for a long time.
He watched Batman.
Yeah.
What's the one with Arnold Schwarzenegger and
Twins?
He watched Twins.
Yeah. But I spoke to my uncle, who I'm very close to, and I said to him, what was my dad like? And he said, look, he goes, in life, there's two sides to a story.
Yes.
He said, you need to go and find that for yourself. 100%. And he goes, and that's all I'm going to say. Mm-hmm. He said, if he was something along the lines, if he was a bad person, I would have protected you, but I wouldn't let you get in contact with him. Mm-hmm. Then I rang another cousin, and because I was so nervous, and I rang another cousin. And I said, "What do you think?" She said, "Do it. You got to do it." Left it a few weeks, and I just kept going through the Facebook every other day, seeing what was updated, because he always kept his Facebook open, and he's always had the same number. So I've got going through the Facebook, and then I think in the end, Chloe had enough, and she sort of said, I'm going to do it then for you. And then she woke up next day and said, no, I've done something bad.
No. Yeah, she said, I've done something. And
I thought she'd go, I've crashed the car or something.
Well, no, it was when she sent me the message. It was quite late that night.
Yeah, it was late.
About 11, 12. She sent me the message, and then Rachel picked up the phone, and she dissects everything. She reads it, she analyses it, and she went, yeah, we're going to respond. And I responded with her help, and she sent it, and then it came back like 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And Chloe woke up, she went, oh, shit. He's answered me back. And then in the morning...
Yeah, I think I left it a week, and then I rung him, and he was cooking pasta or something, having a siesta, and we just had a conversation. It was just like I was a little bit nervous, but
was it over the phone?
Over the phone, yeah. And then
but it was like nothing. It was like normal.
I think about a week later, you came around my house.
Yeah.
So I'd moved into the house by then, and the time he's coming, maybe 6 o'clock was coming around, and Chloe was at the window. She was looking. He's late. Like he's always late.
He's always late.
He's late. Oh, okay. And then the car pulled up. He said, he's got the same car as us, that same make. She was so nervous, and I was just sitting on the sofa like nothing. It was just normal. She was an absolute bitch, but yeah, just sort of. And my boy was 6 weeks old by then, so he's now going to remember my dad, his granddad from when he was born, and that's what I want.
It was really weird because Rachel said to me, my wife Rachel said to me, "What did it feel like?" And then Chloe also said to me, "What did it feel like?" Because Chloe, when I arrived, she literally shot upstairs.
Yeah, she was in,
and she left us. But I was there about a couple of hours, more than
a couple of hours. Yeah.
And then Rachel, I didn't.
Did you have Rachel with you?
No, I
thank God for that.
No.
You'd have been there 8 hours.
I didn't contact Rachel, and she was getting panicky. Oh, you ain't come back. But when Chloe and Rachel spoke to me, what did it feel like? I said, do you know what? It felt normal.
Normal, yeah.
It wasn't. It felt like I was just going around to see my. And do you know what? I didn't have. I didn't have any reservations. I didn't have any. I wasn't weary. It was just normal. It felt like I had a breakthrough circumstances, and then we got back together. And as soon as I saw him, I gave him a big hug, a big kiss. And to this day, I've always done that anyway. And to this day, every time we greet each other, this morning we give a hug and we give a kiss. And
and what was nice, he brought around a folder, and in it was more like a box. and it's all the stuff that I'd made as a kid in school and stuff like that. And where I've been sofa surfing and bits like that through as growing up, and sort of when I left home, I never had anything from my childhood. So I literally had a couple of bags of clothes and a passport, and that was it. And he brought around the box, which I still got in the same drawer, and it's got all my primary school stuff, all old photos from when we lived in Spain. So it's nice to get some of that back in your life. Get a bit of.
You used to play hockey, didn't you?
Used to play hockey.
What you didn't realise is your dad was watching your hockey matches.
Yeah, so I played for a club called Old Bordenians in Sittingbourne, and we'd travel around and we'd have some away games. And we used to play Sutton Valence, which is near you, and Maidstone, and was it Marden? Marden's another one. And I used to play in goal. And I didn't know at the time that my dad was watching from the outside of the hockey field. Yeah, so behind the gate, maybe in a field from somewhere, and just watching the game,
Which could have been associated as being weird.
Yeah. Other people please look at
I'm not
what? I think that goalkeeper's my son.
Yeah.
It wasn't there for that reason.
Yeah. So nice to know now he's always been there, maybe in the background, but always been there.
And he didn't know that during his secondary years, because I was treated back in those days, or people of my sort of character, fathers, so to speak, were treated as criminals, basically, and we weren't allowed to go and see or visit children during their parents' evening. So they made a special allowance for me to go and see his teachers the day after proper parents' evening. I mean, you think, God, blimey, I did feel like a briar. I really did. But do you know what? I'm a great. He was he's cut from the same cloth. We're so laid back, and what's meant to be. It's things happen for a certain reason, and I'm such a great believer.
Sometimes time sorts it out.
Yeah, 100%.
And now we're we like the Chuckle Brothers.
And unfortunately, like they're saying, history's told by the winners of wars.
Yeah.
And a similar thing happens when there's only one side telling you a story.
Absolutely.
Always two sides to the story.
There's always two sides to the story.
We don't talk about the past now, do we?
No.
We talk about
I don't think you would.
No. Yeah, and we just talk about the present, the future, and we've got some exciting things happening in the future. And we're just gonna the years that I've got left, we're gonna really enjoy, aren't we?
Yep, 100%.
Would you ever work with him?
Do you know what?
You've done a little bit of the old
bits.
Mirror.
Yeah, but I'd sometimes do the Mirror with Rachel, my stepmum, and we did one. I can't remember where it was, but I think you guys were there videoing. You was, and the groom came over and I said, "You haven't had a picture on the Mirror." I said, "Come get a picture." So he's grabbed the air guitar and he's done the splits. I remember he ripped his trousers clean off. You was there. He ripped his trousers.
Yeah, no.
No.
Old Kent Barn.
Old Kent Barn.
Right.
And he ripped his.
Hang on. Were you impressed with the rip?
Yeah.
But it still got bigger and bigger. And he ended up nicking some trousers off his friend, didn't he?
Yes.
To put on. Then his friend sort of come in some shorts and the top was so small and he's just a pair of shorts. So I sometimes go to work with my dad, and I do enjoy it because it's a change. And as he's get older, I feel bad for him lifting all the heavy stuff. I feel I'm gonna do it myself. I'm gonna help him a little bit, but maybe if times were different, I may have ended up working with him, being a DJ stuff. I love my music. We listen to the same music.
And we're very much into Latin house. Yeah, we love our Latin music, obviously.
Yeah.
But no, it definitely things that would have been different or whatever. You would definitely have been. 100%. But as you said,
I'm never too old to be a DJ. Remember?
Yeah.
No,
never know. Yeah.
Look how old you can be and still be a DJ.
Go,
Yeah. Thanks, Si. That's where we are, aren't we?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
and we're loving life at the moment. We love life. Yeah. We've got a little Franco who's miniature us.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
You three could take over the world.
Yeah. So my name is full name is Rafael Juanes La-Torre. His name is Junior Rafael Juanes La-Torre, and now his son is Franco Junior Juanes La-Torre. And it's a bit of a ball ache, our names, because when, not for us, we don't care, but when our wives go and, can you put your name or can you spell your name? And
it's a nightmare.
Bloody hell, yeah, Jua.
Yeah.
And,
I enjoy it because I get to the S and I go, and they go, okay, and then I go L-A. and then go, finish, go, dash, T-O-R-R-E.
All those balls, there's only so much space.
Be like... Well, he was booking something once online, and he was filling it out, in your surname, and he said, "Dad, there's not enough characters on here. We can't."
The box wasn't big enough. Do you know what it was? It was my flights. I was booking the flights, and I didn't have enough room, so I just put Junior Juanes. When I got to the EasyJet gate,
no, because you didn't.
She looked at my passport and said it doesn't match. I was like, shit. So I just said, well, it has not enough characters online. I couldn't do it. She went, I'll go on then. And that was it.
Yeah, it's close. It's a close one. Yeah, actually, Raf, you've got your name wrong. I think you find you've got your name wrong. Say your name again.
Your full
title. My full name. My full churchy Catholic-y name. My full name is Fernando Rafael.
No, let him carry on.
What one
go on. Go on.
That's my full birth certificate.
I'm afraid you're incorrect.
Go on then.
Due to us,
go on.
You have another name.
You have a title.
Oh, I do. Yes, I do. Did I tell you?
I was there when you had the...
Yeah. I am. I'm a lord.
Yeah.
Officially. Yeah.
Lord Rafael.
Your dad's a lord.
Yeah. What does that make me then? Peasant.
Prince.
Yeah. No. Lord, that was great. That was such a...
We only did it at one match up. We didn't give her a lady.
That was lovely, that was I keep saying to her when I wake up, I said, I've got my arm around, I think, good of waking up to a lord. And she said, I do. And I said, right, go and do the housework. Lord, that was brilliant. That was very...
He was flashing around all night, wasn't he?
I'm a lord. I'm a lord.
Yeah. We had it all planned out. You were going to come in here. We
was going to give it to you here.
Banners,
and the lord title.
Brilliant. No, that was good. Actually, I'm just thinking the amount of stuff we've done.
We've had a laugh. Vegas was a laugh. Vegas. You wasn't very well though, was you?
No, it was one day in the strip joint.
Raf. Flat 20.
Yeah, flat 20. Flat 20. That was brilliant. Yeah.
But this guy, right, he was stressing out big time because we packed and everything like that. And you get a message or you get a phone call from Rach, I think, we're just leaving. You're like, you were meant to be here half an hour.
Raf struggles with flying. Well, we ain't going to have to worry about it in a minute.
Oh, he's late everywhere. Apart from a wedding, he's late everywhere.
I'm so punctual, it's unreal. That's the only thing we don't have in common. Is I'm on time.
Yeah. We've been to Vegas quite a few times, but that trip, our trip, was good. That June bug, the it's brilliant. Yeah.
With those June buggies we went. Yeah, that was funny.
And the first night we got there, because I'd never been, so these three had. Yeah. And now, right, we're going to take you on a roller coaster. I'm like, okay, I thought we were going out for a drink. So I was in a dress and everything like that. So they get me on this roller coaster.
New York roller coaster.
New York. Yeah.
Sit on my dress because we're going upside down, and then we turn around the corner out of this hotel. We're going up like this. What did I say?
It was just.
And you don't hear Rachel swear a lot. She does, but not like old Mr. Burridge over there. And we were in front row, and obviously in the two seats, and they were behind us, and all I heard, how fucking big is this? And she went, and obviously, I don't know if you've been on but it goes up, and takes the time until the drop. And she went, oh my fucking word, oh my God. And
it was a good roller coaster. I've never been on that one.
Yeah, because it goes out on the strip, then it comes back in. Yeah, really good.
But did wake us up though, didn't it?
But we never took you up the tower. And not in a dirty way.
Yeah. I thought you did.
We never took you up there, did we?
What tower?
Well, that was by
the Stratosphere.
No, we went to the Strat for the comedy night. That was where the old. We had 2 drinks, didn't we?
Yeah.
He charged us $20. And then we handed him $20, and he went, flat 20.
Yeah. And everything in the States
because he wanted tips.
And he went like that. He was like rubbing it all flat 20. And I looked at it and then I realised what he was saying, and I thought someone just got our drinks and walked away.
I think I did give him something else, but I didn't make eye contact. So I just gave him a couple of dollars and just walked.
They are,
the
Americans are a different breed.
Yeah, well, they're just so used to having that extra on top where we're not.
Yeah.
And they see us as tight bastards.
Yeah,
It's just that extra on top winds me up. Just tell me how much you want. If it's 25, I'll give you 25, but don't expect extra. That's what drives me nuts with tips. I'd rather just pay what it is and not have that extra bit of bollocks on top.
It was so nice though, because going on holiday, there's always that little bit of not anxiety but fear that, oh my god, are we going to get along? Are we going to do the same
especially
thing?
with Rach there,
especially all sleeping in the same bed. I mean, you get on. Is Raf going to be in the corner masturbating to a magazine?
I'll come up to me and go, what are you doing? No, but there is that sort of little tiny bit, but we didn't feel like that at all. It was so easygoing. It was sort of so.
I mean,
my phone.
I mean, we've known you what, 10, 12 years?
Well, we've known each other 10 years now, so 2 years ago we probably knew each other 8 years.
And I don't think we've ever had a cross for our head.
No, we haven't. No, I don't think we have.
No. And Rachel at the beginning couldn't stand you.
I know.
Not Rachel, you. And then she loves you.
I didn't do anything wrong. I just asked to use the power from a TV.
She loves
you. It's really hard to sell videos without a TV.
She loves you.
She gets defensive over the power.
She loves you, loves the children, she loves you, which is great.
I remember she came round once, didn't she? And we said, look, I'm really sorry, Simon's got work. Oh no, we went out. Can you babysit? She was like, yeah, I'll babysit.
She gives 100%.
She's absolutely lovely. But it was near Christmas. And she went, I have to do a certain task that meant it had to be special.
She wanted to help the elves. Yeah. Let's say that.
And she did. And she bought all this accessories and everything like that. And we came in and we were like, oh my God. She decorated the whole kitchen from top to floor. I think it was in string, wasn't it? And we were like, how the hell are we meant to get through this? It was like an obstacle course. Just to go and lock the back.
She does feel very comfortable with you guys, which is lovely.
Yeah. Even though I touch her breast.
You can touch her boob as much as you want. You know that.
Look, just for the record, it's an accident, all right?
But
that's
she
what I
loved
always
it.
say. Of course she loved it.
Yeah. No, but she's she's a shame she can come here, but you're right, you couldn't have gotten her.
It's not a shame. I haven't got the memory card for her. But like, we have any problem, we ring her and she will phone us back immediately.
But you know
give
what?
you full advice to the point where you go, shut up now, right?
But you know what? She'd do that for anyone.
Anyone, yeah.
Which is unbelievable. Yeah. She has a heart of gold.
She does.
Absolute heart of gold. And it is a true saying, when you do have a good woman, keep her. You know, it's 100%. So
when I find one, I will.
Yeah, I'll let you know the same.
I've got a good one just because I know Chloe's going to be watching this. So,
Liquor.
Yeah.
He loved you, Chloe. He loves you.
I love her.
Yeah, she's a good girl.
Good girl.
Yeah. It's strange how.
No, she's a nice girl.
It's strange how you. I'll tell her the story how you met.
She's got some stories.
She didn't believe you were a Spaniard.
Yeah, we met in a pub, you know, for a friend at the time, and
we're about Sittingbourne.
Yeah, in Sittingbourne, and we was talking, and just where are you from, blah blah blah, and I said, I'm originally from Spain, and at the time, but previously, because she's single at the time, I'd dated some boys who had said they were from Spain, but really they just knew how to say tapas hola and un cerveza por favor. That was it. Yeah. Poorly.
She's full on now, isn't she?
She's better than me at speaking. She lived in Spain for 10 years, but the prime years, 7 to 14, was when your brain's a spongy. Yeah. So I started talking to her in Spanish, and she sort of clocked on, and that was it. Yeah. Back to mine that night, basically.
Really?
That was it. And I thought,
first timer.
I'm going to marry her. I thought I'm marrying her. So, and that was it. And I did marry her. So she's a good girl. Good girl.
Yeah. Got a very good head on her.
Yeah.
Level head, I should say.
Yeah.
Sorry, Chloe.
That's what you was hoping for when the friend request came up.
No.
It's nice because the four of us, our 4 friendships, have now meant that we've met Junior, family. Members of your other family.
I know your family.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So in fact, you've helped Simon's mum out.
For your mum.
Yeah. So it's just sort of like gone from us 4 to like extended family now.
Yeah. Do you know, every time talking to family, every time I go around your house, and Simon, you may get a little bit emotional now. I see your dad and you in that picture that I took. And I took that.
Yeah.
And I thought, how sweet is that? And he was a lovely guy, your dad. And every time I see him and every time I go, I always have a quick look at that photo. And I thought, you know what? That is a proper son and father picture where you were helping him into the venue, I think.
Yeah, it was Rachel's 30th party,
That's right, yeah. At Margaret's in Maidstone. And I thought, and that's such a nice, natural picture of, you know, of...
Because your dad didn't even own a tux, did he? And he was like,
no.
Tux.
Yeah.
So it was so nice to have both of you looking absolutely amazing. And
that was a nice evening. And but I always, you never see me do that, but I always do.
Yeah, I know.
I'll do look at that. It's a lovely picture.
You told me you was going to get a bigger version of that once, but you never did.
Is it on a canvas?
Yeah, he said he was going to get it.
I'll do a canvas.
He said, you know what? He said, I'll get you a canvas of that.
Yeah.
Never has.
He loves a canvas.
I'm still waiting for the canvas.
He
got me a Tab Theory canvas, didn't you?
Yeah.
Canvas.
That's a nice picture, in fact. Yeah.
That
was a good project. You should have done more of that. I enjoyed that. You're quite talented, but both of you are. And you executed the because I did a little bit for you there as well.
DJing it,
you DJ,
or compere, MC.
You executed that as the best I've ever, one of the best I've ever, and you should have carried on.
Bless you.
But I know it's very time consuming.
It is. Yeah.
So hopefully, if anybody's watching out there, who's a producer, a director. Simon's your man. He's got some good ideas up there.
God.
No pressure, man.
I appreciate that.
Commission.
Yeah. Do you remember when you called the act? We said you just ad lib, Raf. You do this for a living.
Don't.
Just introduce Melinda Alt. Now we're going to have to get Melinda on the show. I love Melinda. Yeah. She's a good mate of mine. Introduced Melinda Altner onto stage, and he went, "Ladies and gentlemen, the delicious."
What was I thinking?
And he just went.
Did you keep it in there?
Did I not use it?
I don't know if you left it in there.
No, I don't think I did. You may hear it in the background because she starts singing when we're in the toilet.
Yeah.
She had a nice voice.
She's lovely.
She's American.
She's American. Yeah, she's from LA. LA.
I felt so bad for her that I did that.
She don't care.
No, at the end of the night, I took her to the train station. So she could catch her train home with my wife in the car. And we saw her off to the train station. But I felt so embarrassed.
I loved it.
The delicious.
Ladies and gentlemen, the delicious.
I might have a photo. Speaking of cars, I've got a photo of you two drunk in the back of my bug car. And then obviously the famous bug
I remember
story.
That. It was winter. It was winter, wasn't it? And I said, I'll show you how the roof works.
No, you came round my house.
Yeah.
We had a meal.
Yeah, that's right. No, we were going home.
We went to Maidstone because I was driving.
No, it's a different night.
And then we came
No.
And then we went back to drop Raf and Rachel off.
Right.
And then that's when you went, it's only up the road. Let's have the roof down.
And the roof came down. And
you got stuck halfway.
Yeah. And then Rachel said, that fucking roof don't come up. And they went all the way down the A2.
It was snowing. It was snowing.
Put the roof down.
Yeah.
Because he broke it, put the roof down, showing off, going, look, we can have the roof down because it's only up the road.
It
Drop
froze.
them off.
Brilliant.
And then
Talk about timing.
and I was sitting there.
Got home and it worked. Got home and it worked. Yeah, it was just for comedy that happened.
And it's nice your characters, because I can see your characters now rubbing off onto your children, and that's
cool.
And that's nice. No, because yes, they're very well. Chili's amazing, but Ted he's a character.
Yeah, he's good.
And I can see so much of Ted in you, mate.
He sits there and he likes to be DJ sometimes, doesn't he? So
unbelievable.
Unbelievable. But thank you so much, guys, for coming on. Thank you for sharing your stories individually and together.
We love you both. Honestly, we do.
Love you too. Love you guys.
Pleasure to meet you. Eventually, it was. And because you know what I mean. Because we knew your dad before we knew you, and we went through that phase where you met up, and so pleased for him because he deserved his son back. Definitely. And everyone came up to you and said your dad's a good bloke, didn't they?
Oh, everyone.
I remember saying it too.
Not one person had a bad word to say about him. So
because he is a good bloke, and we love him dearly.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So do you want to tell everyone your companies if they want to find
Yep. So some first.
K2 Heating Limited. Pretty much on all socials apart from Twitter or X now.
Why don't you like them?
No, just like too much social media sometimes.
It's too much.
Yeah, it's too much. So Facebook, we're more active on Facebook than Instagram, but we do a little bit on Instagram, check a trade and all that stuff.
So you've got email address?
K2Heating Ltd@gmail.com for all your inquiries. Probably the better one is the email or mobile phone numbers.
And remember, if you pretend you're old, you'll get the service for nothing.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
The full service.
yeah.
There you go, Sam.
Go on, Raf.
So Apollo Funk Entertainment. You can catch up on what we do on on Facebook. We are on Insta. We've got a website, which is Apollo APOLLO Funk FUNK.com. Lots of stuff on there and whatnot, and you'll catch us around Kent and come up and say hello.
Just Google Apollo Funk, multi award winning.
And I promise you, next time I will bring the awards.
that was a funny idea. He was going to put them up on the table every 10 minutes.
And also that Christmas present that I gave you. Can I now show it on?
What was that? You and this.
Where is it?
He buys us annoying stuff.
Right behind us. So this is our. This is what we bought.
Hate this thing.
I got it for the kids, didn't you?
Yeah, kids. But I just love the noise.
Was that like that night that you fit?
It was.
Was that what you heard in the black curtains?
Yeah, the black curtains. Yeah. This was it. Yeah. And this, in fact, this is still the original one.
It is.
It is the
It's
original
your one,
Yeah.
Because I didn't want it in the house, so I bought it here.
Yeah.
So you got extra bonus if the sign hit it and made it squeak.
That's why you put it down there.
Yeah. That's why it's down.
Hide it.
It's only ever.
It's quite annoying.
It's squawked twice, isn't it?
Squawked twice. Yeah, that was brilliant.
Bit like you, Rach. Anyway, we're ending on that.
Well, we got a pallet of toilet roll coming.
Yeah, we've got to go. Well, thank you
thank you guys so much.
Thanks for having us.
No worries.
Brilliant show.
We love you long time.
Really enjoyed it.
And,
happy Father's Day to everyone that's listening, because it's coming out Father's Day-ish time. Friday before, I think. That's what I've tried to work out.
But thank you so much.
Yeah. Be nice to each other.
All right, Jerry Springer.
Yeah.
That used to do that, didn't it? Used to go,
and there was a brick wall behind him when you said it. Be good to each other.
Jerry.
Take care of yourself and each other, won't it?
Each other, yeah.
Take care of yourself and each other. All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Thank you.
This podcast has been brought to you by Snug Dubs Camper Van Hire.
Roam the world, park anywhere.
That's snugdubs.co.uk. This podcast was brought to you today by Austin's Eatery on Station Road, Strood.
Try the Viking Challenge.